Hey y'all, this is Brandy from Southern Crafts DIY, and I want to say hey to all my returning viewers and welcome any new viewers. If you follow me on social media, which the links are down below, you'll have seen a list of everything needed for this project. Now I am super excited about doing this project. I think it's going to be a cute little fun piece, and we're going to try something, and it's either going to work or it's not. There's always ways around it, but we're going to jump in and we're going to make an Easter sign, because I can't wait to do this. So I'm gonna go ahead and show you everything needed for this project. All right, y'all, so the first thing you're gonna need is some Easter paper fabric. I really don't know what to call this. This is like canvas. I think this is what I would call it canvas. You can use something like this. You can use paper, napkin, fabric. It really doesn't matter, but I saw this. It was really cute. It was on clearance at Michael's. No, I'm sorry, not Michael's, Hobby Lobby. And it was only like 40 something cents. So I went ahead and grabbed it. I think this would be really cool. And I really didn't know what to use it for, but I got the idea to do this. So that's what I'm going to use it for. So that. And you're going to need some kind of sign. It does not have to be this big. This is one, obviously, from 4th of July. I've used one before. And I'm using this. Sorry, I had to think about it. I'm using this because I already had it. So that. Now, this is what gave me the idea besides the fabric, is I have some bunny beads. They're like velvety. They cost $4.49, but I got them half off, and I thought they were really cute. The first thing I thought of when I saw them was doing an Easter project. So you're going to need some of those or something like that. If you don't have this exactly, something that's Eastery. You don't have to use the bunnies, but that's what I'm using. And because this sign is so big and I need something to go with it, for the beads, I got these. Now these, I am not 100% sure where they came from, but I thought they would work perfect for their pastel-y colors, and I thought they would work perfect for my Easter sign. Another thing you're going to need is some twine or string or whatever to make the hanger. You're going to need styrofoam carrots. I got these from Dollar Tree last year. So you're going to need some of these. You're going to need some styrofoam eggs, or if you can find some colored eggs that you can cut, or just half of them or whatever, decorative pieces, you can do that, or flat. Doesn't even have to be 3D. So I'm going to use, some pastel colored markers, and hopefully this works. These are going to go for the eggs. I'm going to color them in and make them Easter colors, like dyed eggs. So you're going to need that, and you're going to need some glue. I'm going to use some hot glue. Oh yeah, and scissors, an X-Acto knife or craft knife or box cutter, whatever you have. Alright, so let's get started with the project. Alright, so I pre-cut the canvas to fit on the sign, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to add glue. Now you can do this any way you want. This is the way that I want to do it. I might have got a little happy with that, but it's fine. I just want to make it where it stays. And I'm just going to use hot glue because it's the easiest route. You can use whatever glue you want to use. And I'm just going to keep going until I got it completely glued on there. And like I said, you can use other glues. that you think will work. I haven't done this before, so I'm gonna go with my hot glue because it's also fast. So once it goes on here, it's gonna be dry, so and we're gonna go all the way across. Now, like I said, you can use other glues. Part of the reason why I'm not is because how long it takes for them to dry. And I'm just going to show you this. And if this doesn't work out, because I do live in the South, and when it gets hot, if this is to be put out, say this was to be put outside, if it gets too hot, the glue will come unbind. It will unbind. However you want to say it, melt, whatever you want to call it. So, if that is to happen, I can use a different glue, but I am pretty much just showing you what I want to do with this. So, if it was paper or napkin or something, I could use Mod Podge, which you still have to dry. But because hot glue leaves bumps, if you don't get it flat, you can feel it on here, but you won't notice because it says textured canvas, paper, whatever. Hot glue leaves bumps, so I tend not to use hot glue when I glue paper and napkins and stuff like that. So if you are using that medium, you can use Mod Podge, and it'll also, as you know, when you put it on top, it protects it and hardens it so that it has a protective thing on it, cover on it, so it doesn't tear up. I can't talk, y'all. Sorry, I got glue on my finger. Alright, so I'm almost done with this step. And you could probably do it a different way with less glue, but I wanted to make sure it completely stays down. You could probably just do the whole, just outer side if you use the glue. But I'm doing it this way because I want to make sure it stays down. It's got plenty of glue. Excuse me. Now, normally when I do these projects also, when I have holes I'm not going to use, I cover them, but because I am using this canvas, you're not going to notice those holes unless you look on the back. So I'm not too concerned about covering it. But of course, if you want to, spackle. Got it. Make sure I got this side good. Yes. All right. So, as you can see, it is completely covered. So what I want to do is I want to cut off the excess. So that is my plan now. I'm going to try to be careful because I really don't want to mess up the paint job. Because I'm not going to mess with the paint. Which apparently I've already managed to mess up. And I'm just going to cut around. The whole thing. Oh, shoot. I don't think I'm ever going to be good at this. Maybe when I was younger. So there's a little piece here that I feel like didn't really get enough glue. So I'll try to add the glue. And there's another spot right here. Alright, I think that's good. Hopefully I got enough spots on the top. Yeah, it doesn't really have it up top as much. So back to trying to get the material off. Alright, so there we have it. Oops, I dropped it. There's a little piece extra here. It's the glue that's causing it. Sorry, I want it to look nice. When it doesn't do what I want, it just bugs me. Something fierce. Alright, that's close enough, I think. Alright, so that is it cut down to size. Now we're going to move to the next step. Alright, now that that's done, we're going to move on to the next step. And what I want to do, y'all, I don't know how this is going to work, but I'm going to try it. Is actually, I'm going to use something bigger than this. I'm going to use my, I call it a box knife, other people call it a craft knife. And I'm going to cut my eggs in half, or at least that's the plan. I don't know if it's really going to be in half. Not really in half, but it is what it is. Did a better job on that one. So I don't know if I'm gonna like what I'm doing, but this is the plan. So fingers crossed. Okay, and then we'll do the same thing with the carrots. And I want to leave the green on, so I'm not worried if it is not in half the carrots. So I'm pretty much cutting those in half. Please be careful when you're cutting this stuff. I don't want anybody to get hurt. So that's the plan for this. And what I want to do is I want to take my eggs and I just want to paint them some different colors. And I'm going to use these markers. I'm going to try this pink one. I haven't used it yet. So let's see what it comes out looking like. I'm trying to be careful because I don't want to mess up the egg. Now I got this pen at Dollar Tree for $1.25. And this is my first time using it. So, fingers crossed. It's not too bad. Normally, of course, I'd use the tip, but I didn't want to tear up the styrofoam any more than I might have already did on this first attempt. So, there's my first egg. And I'm just going to pick different colors, you know, and go from there. Now you can decorate them any way you want. You can add polka dots and this, that, and other, but I'm gonna tell you the truth, when I dyed eggs, we just dyed them a color. We didn't go all fancy when I was kids, so I'm gonna bring a touch back to when I was a kid. These may not be all the colors I used, but pretty sure I used green and pink and blue. I think there was a purple and yellow, so give me a second, y'all. Alright, so I finished the painting of the Easter eggs. My little colors. So, let me move this out of the way, y'all. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to skip the part I was going to do because this needs to go first. So I'm going to take these beads. Give me a second. I hope they fit on here. I didn't even try, y'all. Give me a second. Alright. I'm not going to use these little silver beads, but I'm going to take these beads and I'm going to attach them on here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take these little, because of how long this is, you might not need these. You might just need the regular beads because of how long this is. It's not going to fit all the way across. So I'm going to take these little beads and see if this works. And I'm going to add them between each one of these beads that I am going to use. I'm going to use these little circle ones, and you can, I'm going to use them like they're eggs, is my thought on it. Little Easter eggs. So, and I'm just going to randomly pick colors. I'm not even going to care about these so much because it really doesn't matter. You can do random. So, I'm going to go all the way across. And I think just adding one in between each one will work really well. If I need to do more, I can always back out and do that. So that's all I'm going to do. And if you have problems getting the beads onto your twine or your string, you can either use hot glue, or my mom uses Elmer glue. Hot glue seems to work for me, but you can also use Elmer glue. So now, as you see, I have finished the thing, and I decided to hold off on this last piece so that it starts on a bunny and ends on a bunny, which you can do however you want. Now, I also want to tell you, if you decide that you don't want the beads to be the same size as these little ones, you can put smaller beads there, but this is how I wanted it to look. So now the next step is we're gonna tie this on here. And you can do this multiple different ways, and this is the way that I want to do this. So now I'm going to add hot glue because I like to make sure that it does not come undone. Gotta let that dry, and then we'll move on to the next one. But while I'm waiting, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to cut my string, my twine. Okay, that's dry enough. Now we're going to slide these back down, a few at a time. Might be out of camera. I do that a lot, thinking I'm still in camera. So we're going to slide these back down. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do the same thing to this side that I did to the other side to make it easier to put it through the hole. And then I'm going to do this. I'm trying to keep the bunny from getting attached. Oops, apparently something went wrong and it didn't do what I wanted it to do. That was weird. Alright, so gonna tie it in a knot and try not to get my bunny in there. And I'm gonna do the same thing I just did on the other side. I'm gonna add hot glue to keep it from coming undone. And I'm going to, and there is the hanger for the sign. And it's a really cute little hanger. I think it's absolutely adorable. It was not originally my plan for this, but it was too cute not to use it, y'all. I probably should have added a little bit more slack for these two. And I'm probably gonna re-go do that because I'm not happy with this. It needs a little bit more slack so you can see the bottom two bunnies. But let me fix that actually because I'm not happy with that. Alright, y'all, so I restrung it. Let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, this way. Strung it backwards, but it still works. Alright, so we're going to put this in here. When I say I strung it backwards, I mean I strung it backwards from the way I did it last time. There is no really right or wrong way of doing this. Alright, so I'm going to tie this the way I wanted to. And then I'm going to put the hot glue on it again. Because like I said, you want to be able to see the bunnies. So I'm going to leave a little bit of space. Oh no, it came undone. How did it come undone? I'm having problems, y'all. Give me a second. One minute. Alright, so then we're going to go on this side. And we're going to make it a little loose. I don't really know what I did. But I'm going to try not to do it again. If that makes any sense. No, that's too loose. Alright, so I'm going to check before I tie it because I want to make sure that the bunnies can be seen. No. Okay, so I want to make sure all the bunnies can be seen. This works for me. Why are you giving me a headache on tying? Maybe it's... Oh well, I don't know. I don't care enough. It still works. And I'm going to glue the bottom to the back this time. I didn't do that last time, but that's what I'm going to do while gluing it together so it's tight. So it doesn't come loose. Alright. Now, I'm going to let that sit for a minute. And I'm just gonna work this a little. Just a little. It went a little too much. Alright, so there they are. and it works. And I'm happy with it now that I got it. It might move around and you might have to fix it, but I'm okay with that. The point is, it's working. Okay, so now the next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take these and I'm just gonna glue them on. And just a cute little pattern. I'm gonna set them up and then go from there. So that's kind of how I want it to look. Y'all do not have to do it this way if y'all don't want. Y'all can do it whatever way y'all want, but this is how I want it to look. So I'm gonna glue it on there. It's just supposed to be a cute little Easter sign without any actual words on it. You're supposed to be able to look at it and think Easter. And I hope that's what this is to y'all, because that's what it is to me. So, fingers crossed. I waited too long on that one, I think. There we go. I might have got that a little too close, but it's fine. It doesn't have to be perfect. I will never be perfect. So, there is my little Easter sign. Simple, fun, cute, creative little design that I think anybody would love. Like I said, this is a little off. You needed a little over more, but it's fine. I absolutely love this sign. I think it came out looking amazing. I enjoyed making this project, and if you did too, please, please, please like, share, subscribe, and comment down below, because it does help my channel to grow, and it lets me know that you're enjoying my project. So I will see y'all next time. Bye.